from Memorial High School. I'm a two-time captain of the wrestling team. This is my senior year. I'm committed to Cleveland State. I've been wrestling for 14 years, and I'm a two-time state champ at Florida.
How do you feel about your coaches?
Every single one of my coaches that I've ever had, including Coach Belanja, Coach Marshall, all them, they've always pushed me to new limits that I feel like push me to get a state title and be the best wrestler I can be and never stop, like trying to get better, all that. So my coaches are a real big help and real big part of the wrestler that I am today. Yeah, that's all I have.
I'm John Ortolani. I'm the assistant wrestling coach. One of the big things, we try to make sure they all have goals, to get to short-term goals and long-term goals that they want to accomplish by the end of the season. One of the ways I personally like to help push them is make sure I'm doing everything with them. I go through the drills, go through the conditioning with them as much as possible. So I'm not just another coach standing there yelling at them, telling them to do something, but I'm actually going through the pains with them, and it helps give them a lot more respect for the things we're trying to get them to do. They tend to help push themselves. It goes through their head, our coach is doing this, we can do this too. It's not as hard.
Finding different limits and setting the bar a little bit higher at each time. And I think Nick has done that. He, loses a match and works harder and picks it up and starts training harder, and kids that he lost to early in the year, his freshman, sophomore, junior year, things like that he comes back and beats them in the state tournament and becomes a two-time state champ and now looking for his third time.
So, you don't know the limits that you can push yourself, and you can go real far, and a lot of people don't realize that, and it takes a lot of hard work, and I don't know, I just like working hard and improving every day. The season never ends, really, for me. I wrestle year round pretty much. I go down to Doughboys. We have like 3 or 4 practices a week, including Sundays. Those are fun. But I don't know. I'm always just trying to improve the wrestling, going to tournaments in the off season, all that. Really never stops.
One of the best things about Nick is, he's by far one of the hardest working kids I've ever seen. All the other kids on the team look up to him. They do what Nick does. When Nick works hard, all the other kids tend to work harder. If there's some days when Nick's not feeling too well and he's not pushing as hard as he can, the rest of the team starts to slack. So we really look to Nick for the leadership role too as well. But one of the biggest things is, me personally, as an athlete, I also look up to Nick. I love the way that Nick pushes himself, pushes his team, works hard for everything he gets. And when he doesn't get something that he wants, he loses a close match to somebody he knows he can beat. You can see it really hurts him. And that's going to push him the next day, make him work even harder, and try even harder